Anyways, excuse that I ran out of disk space, so excuse the distraction. Anyways, yeah, Jerusalem can soon only expand by going through players, unless he goes into India or colonizing. He's gonna have to prepare himself for player wars, so he's gonna have to go quality, offensive and admin for more mercs. Anyways, Akkoing. So Koyunlu has Ak has him set up in a pretty solid position. I'm sorry, yeah, brain fart. Uh, he can expand up north to the Caucasus or through North Persia if he would like to do so through the Persian trade node. The Persian trade node is really strong. He should try to take that and then expand into India. Definitely not, because if he went up north, he would start going into mine and Henrik's territory. He should definitely go into Persia and India because of the trade and better land. And he hasn't demanded military support from his estates. You can just call it diet, grant generalship, then just give some land to the nobles. For example, wool becomes pretty much worthless. So just give that to your nobles. Then you can demand military support. Uh, doesn't look like you dev'd much. Should definitely look to dev the drylands. Def Definitely should start in drylands, not the mountains. And it looks like you've kept on middle power. Uh, you aren't reaching a dev cycle anytime soon, it seems. But you should just invest a little of that middle power into deving then, once the next session starts. Or you could take the innovativeness from tech, but I don't recommend doing that. Somebody has ordered taking the tech 6. And you should try to focus on getting admin tech 10 so you can take the next idea group, which is pretty standard. Anyways, yeah, there's not much I can say about this except go expand up north and don't convert to Coptic retard. Uh, but I'll let you guys have your fun. It's quite funny, I have to admit myself. Also, yeah, you definitely need to dev more diff so you can build more production buildings. It's also, since you're not building production, you can build manpower. And core your shit up and state it. So anyways, Finland. Yeah, Finland is perfect. There's nothing wrong with it. Uh, yes, it's doing perfectly fine. Let's move on to no. So what I'm doing is expanding into Russia, and while I'm doing that, I'm converting all the Orthodox land, trying to culture convert to Novgorodian. So when I get empire, I will have all the Russian cultures accepted instead of just accepting them one by one. For example, you're never gonna accept Karelian, so why not just get that one for free? So I get Muscovite and Novgorodian automatically accepted. Yeah, and then I'm gonna And yes, the country is collapsing. It looks like I'll have to bankruptcy bill again. Uh, I should have built more buildings, but I don't. I've never had money. That's at the beginning. I was spending debt and going deeper into debt, then eventually just bankrupting. Yeah, just constant wars will do that, then expanding into land which you get constant rebels in. For example, different religion and culture. But let's move on to Zaporozhye. So Zaporozhye is in a prime position to expand. They should try to convert their land. Uh, but they have the Religious Reform Center of Reformation actively working against them. They should have concreted metropolitan, which they have not. It looks like they were doing a dev cycle recently, and deving the Polish land, which is the best land in the game to dev, to be honest, but it is different religion, and he's gonna have to convert that later on. Otherwise, he's just gonna get constant rebels in it. Needs to embrace the institution as quick as possible. That means just taking loans and then tacking up. And try to get the admin tech 10 to get another idea groups, which should be quantity. Then you'll also unlock your OP ideas like power protection from insults, religious unity, and infantry and cavalry cost and manpower. Yeah, Zaporozhye basically is a free game with every one of their neighbors friendly and endless land eastward to expand into. And the Polish region, which is incredibly good to develop since all farmlands and grasslands, and the good trade goods as well. So there's a bunch of cloth, no, yeah, cloth, and some grain, which gives you land force limit, and iron. And you also grab Silesia, which is really good since you get earn a coal. Anyways, he doesn't have estates, which sucks for him. He has his OP government shit. Let's move on to Wallachia. So Wallachia, I believe, is the strongest in the Balkans. Yes, they have 32,000 men. They haven't created metropolitan over here, which they should do. And try to get the patriarch authority up as well. State the Anatolian land. Convert your land. Don't convert to Coptic. Maybe give some land to the Cossacks. You don't have any steps, I believe, so you can't give any lands to the Cossacks. Excuse that. Once you integrate Moldavia, give Bessarabia to the Cossacks. You could, of course, give them. Have you given? You could, of course, give Bessarabia to the burghers, but you unlock a whole new estate which gives you bonuses by giving it Cossacks Bessarabia. Otherwise, you can just go into the Caucasus. Then you also haven't used your burghers at all. You should definitely get Constantinople, uh, Macedonia, uh, into your capital, but Turta as well. So, so like that. And then you're set up for the next dev cycle where you can grant monopoly charters. And preferably dev Wallachia, since it will be really cheap. And yeah, with Mill and Diplo. Then you also need to finish eco ideas and quantity as quickly as possible, so you can get that minus 30% dev, 20% from eco, and 10% from the policy. Yeah, then you should take quality next. It seems like you won't have any more area to expand into soon. Then we have the knights. Uh, yeah, if you want to survive, there's Death War. Death War the AI. But you won't have anywhere to expand after that, so your game is most likely over. I would not recommend turning up for another session. Then we have Serbia. Hmm. Serbia is really strong. They can expand into the HRE. They can kill Tyrol next session when they're not protected anymore and there's a player on it. They haven't consecrated Metropolitan. See how much the maintenance goes up? 0 ducats. 0. It's because it's your fucking capital estate. Anyways, so you're in Croatia. Goes up by 0.03. How much do you make? 19.25. Bruh. You get more manpower, less unrest, and more missionary strength, and you can pick a icon whenever you want. You should also wait for prosperity here and dev Kosovo next dev cycle. You only deved 3 points in today's session. Because you got some devastation there. Let's say you did, what, 3 more times? You get 0.50 each dip dev. Each protection. It's easy money. Anyways, the states, you're looking strange. It's definitely not have the burgers on Skopje. You should try to have them on Dures. And you have them on Lika. You should put them on Midtjylland. Yeah, otherwise it's okay. You should also not have them on Crane. Doesn't seem like you have deved at all, except maybe their institution in Belgrade. I don't see why though you would waste so many more points on getting it to 45, unless you're just memeing. Then go enjoy yourself. But you should ideally try to dev Croatia like a last set, and yeah, just Croatia. Next time you get prosperity and loyal burgers. Your ideas as well are really good. You should go quantity next, then Inno, offensive, admin. Alright, then it's Nitra. Also, yeah, kill Tyrol, please. So Nitra and Meissen, they are the weaker players with Wallachia and Serbia, and if they try anything against them, they'll just get absolutely dominated. So Nitra does not have anywhere to expand except into other players. Well, they can take Moravia. Wow. Uh, Ideally, I would recommend for them to rush Bavaria so they can get more of southern Germany. Or they could go in Zaporozhye, but Zaporozhye is really strong. And they're your two biggest enemies in the region as allies. So that's losing war if you wanna fight. Uh, you want Protestant instead of Orthodox, which you should not have done. I think no, the Senate's Reformation would have turned you immediately. Yeah, what's up with these retarded Senate's Reformation? They spawn fucking one province apart. Fucking one province minors and Munster. Fuck that shit. Honestly. Shit. Uh. Anyways, Nitra. Good economy. They have their gold mine to the max. That's great. Should try to develop the Transdanubia state. Raise your stability so you can get some prosperity. Actually, you'll get stabbed once you get out of religious turmoil. But you should also raise your stability. To focus on finishing your ideas. You're way behind, man. And yeah. Try not to die. Alright, Meissen. Immediately just you're over your player alliance limit and you're losing one dip. So dissolve your alliance with someone useless like Catalonia. I take quantity next. Try to finish that as quick as possible to be able to dev more efficiently and have more troops as well. You should try to consolidate the HRE region, work out who your allies and enemies are, and try to expand outwards. If not, you'll just stagnate, and the people outside the HRE will just devour you once it gets late enough. Unless they feel bad for smaller players. I don't know why. Anyways, Lucas has done good deving. He's caught up in everything. He should focus on finishing eco ideas and then quantity. He's pretty much Protestant, which is pretty good. When you dev, Lucas, remember to do this at the development cost and as well idea cost when you take ideas. Doesn't seem like much at the moment, but it adds up. Anyways, they don't have much to expand. Germany's pretty crowded. Eventually you'll have to go kill one of the other players in Germany or expand outside of Germany into Zaporozhye. Anyways, next we have Dithmarschen. So Dithmarschen is in a pretty strong position right now. He heeded my advice and started expanding more. Next, you should take quality ideas for better scaling and for more discipline. common ability is full stability. If you don't know, don't raise your stability unless you really need. You should always try to keep it over 0 though. Softness. Uh, this is looking good. Uh, Seems like you've developed these provinces. Uh, yeah, this is looking really good though. Should not have admin dev'd and should have stopped at 20 until you got universities. Try to take Hamburg for extra trade, then integrate Lubeck. Maybe go into Brandenburg next for Pomerania. Or just Brandenburg proper. But I see you're following the Lubeck trade note. So try to get a monopoly there as quick as possible. And now why does it say Moldavia is your vassal? Lubeck is your vassal. Anyways, I think my game is glitching out. Burghers, you should give more provinces to the burghers. For example, Bremen. Because it's a trade center. Then and Lubeck once you integrate them, and Holstein. Just all the trade centers. And give them Bremen before our next dev cycle. Good time was real recruit minister. Then you have an advisor who's half price. Let me see here. Here we go. And you're still making a lot of money from that. Cringe. Never build churches. Build workshops instead. Churches are cringe. Or temples, whatever you call it. Just delete. 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 Cringe. Your income only went down by 1. You could build more spreader buildings, for example manpower. Or land force limit. And manpower. But never build churches. Sognus, I swear to fucking god, if I see you building churches again, I'm gonna be very disappointed in you. You're not allied with anyone, any players in the region, so rival them for the PP power protection because you get 1 of each monarch point. Then you can never have too many monarch points. You can always spend them on something. Yeah. Secure Lubeck and hopefully kill Denmark with me next session. Anyways, so Munster. Munster is looking pretty good. Pretty big. Fucking hell. Don't have much manpower dev. They should try working on that. It seems like he has dev'd his provinces. I sure to fucking god if he admin dev'd it. Bruh, moment. No offense, but you should never admin dev, because in the end you won't have. You will run out of AI to expand into, and you have to int into other players, which is very costly. So you'll have to focus on scaling, and admin gives the least scaling. It only gives you tax money. Production gives you production money, and more than tax, and trade. And manpower gives you, well, manpower and force limit. So Excuse me. So, yeah, you scale much better with that. And you should try to focus on finishing economic ideas so you can dev better as well. And reach admin tech 10 so you can take. You should rather focus on taking admin tech 10 first, then taking quantity for better deving, and focusing on finish economic ideas. You have a lot of troops already. Imagine what you could do with quantity. You're in a pretty strong position right now. You're not in debt. You've built fucking churches. Kill yourself. No, that's pretty toxic. I'm just saying it as a joke. Anyways, have you upgraded your trade center? Upgrade your trade centers. That goes for you as well, Sognus. Upgrade your fucking trade center. And it gives you development cost and more trade power. And then it seems like you've done your estates pretty well. But yeah, it's looking pretty good. Keep on doing what you're doing. Except admin diving and building churches. That's retarded. Don't do that. Build workshops. Build barracks. Build regimental camps. And build manufactories and forts. Anyways, then we have Etruria, I believe. First of all, Blue Orc has not that big coalition. He has good allies, but he's not gonna be able to expand much more. Otherwise, he needs to go into Tyrol and into Germany, since all the are being eaten up around him, and it's only Lombardy left and northern Italy. And Italy doesn't scale very well because it's already high dev, and it's mostly tax dev, which is cringe. So, Bluick, what you need to do is slacken recruitment standards. Give some fucking land to nobility. Damn it. Anyways, you need to int Catalonia. You're most likely to be his next target. He is blocking all your routes of expansion. Your allies are on the other side. And he's already expanding